Damn, what's up everyone? It's been a long minute. No, not that long, but it's still been a while since I've uploaded I guess street bike content. The other ones that I uploaded, they were like old videos that I didn't touch for several months, and I was like, you know what? They're just sitting here, so I'm gonna edit them. Well, I'm pretty sure y'all can see the shadow. That is actually not the R6. It's actually a brand new bike. I'm gonna turn around here in a sec. But man, I have a lot of new content coming in. I'm not entirely sure of what. I just know it's gonna be a good year. You know, it's a new bike, new year, new me. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, this bike is a 2016. It's like a 900cc bike. I'll put my visor down because it is windy. 900cc, and it's a more upright position. So this bike, 2016 FZ09, I've had this bike for a couple months now, a few months, maybe 3-4 months now. But man, I just haven't had a chance to, like, I have a whole new helmet set up. So this is my bike, the blue version, the FZ09. Don't pay attention to my tail lights or the turn signals, they're a bit crooked. But yes, this is my bike. I love it. I love it. There's times where it's like I want to go faster, but once I start going fast, once I go over 110, 115, my handlebar starts to like shake, so I have to, like, you know, let go. But yeah, this is the blue version. The upgrades that I've done to it so far, this windshield, it came with the bike when I bought it. So this bike, or I just put the decal, obviously. I of course had to go with the frame sliders. I believe those are Shogun frame sliders. This side is a bit shorter than the right side. The right side, it sticks out a little bit more because this part sticks out a little bit more. This thing right here. Sorry if the video is a bit windy. I'll put my visor up because it gets like really hot inside the helmet. But this is a new helmet as well. I don't know if y'all can see that. I got the Icon Quicksilver Pro or something like that. Beautiful helmet. It's my favorite. It just looks so slick. It was a $400 helmet, of course. So what I use for the license plate, I basically use the same parts from the stock one. It's kind of hard to explain. There's like, I only spent maybe like $3 from this. I used, of course, the same turn signals as like zip ties and other stuff. The light for the license plate is the same one from the stock one. So I just worked my way with, you know, using the same stock fender for the license plate. Other upgrades, let's see. I don't think I've done, with just the phone holder right here, but this isn't really an upgrade. I have the dropping gear disappear keychain thingy. Oh, the exhaust. Alright, so this is gonna be crazy, but this exhaust is actually from my old bike. It's the stock exhaust for the 07 R6. It just has a sticker on there that my friend put on there, but I just welded the pipe, or my friend welded the pipe. So this is a stock exhaust. Oh shoot, it's kind of hot, of course. This is a stock exhaust from an 07 R6. It did have like a little bit of gap, like that much gap, because it's kind of, if I put it straight, it was going to be hitting the tire, so I had to make it a little bit slanted. And then those are the stock headers. I just cut it after the or before the O2 sensor, and I just welded it on there. It sounds really good, to be honest. It does a lot of backfiring. I'll probably add a few clips that I've recorded of my bike backfiring. I know it's bad, but it just looks so beautiful, like blue flames on a blue bike. And of course it looks better at night. It's been maybe like 2 weeks since I rode my bike, so it is dusty. You can see the dust right there. I do plan on changing these levers. They are ugly, I know. I mean, they're not too bad. Like it doesn't really bother me as much as the what's it called, the R6 did, or you know, every other bike. But yes, the levers are gonna go. I'm gonna get new turn signals that are a bit smaller, maybe like to right here, instead of having this big old ball. Probably some bar end, some blue bar end colored things. I have thought about getting integrated turn signals onto the rear brake, instead of having these, of course, big turn signal lights. Put them integrated into the brake light, make it more, you know, more clean. I do want to get a quick shifter. It just looks, I mean, it's just easier and better and sounds cool when you're changing gears. I also need to tune it, because since it has basically a straight pipe, and I haven't tuned it yet, so I have to do that ASAP. Probably like Power Commander 3 or 5, I'm not sure. I don't really need a huge tune and, you know, expensive. I just want my bike to be running good. I bought it with new tires, so I'm good on tires. Probably a better seat, because this seat is like, it looks comfortable. I mean, it has some cushion, but man, after riding for a while, maybe more than 5 hours, and it starts to be painful. And what else? Oh, a steering stabilizer, steering dampener, or steering stabilizer, because my what's it called, my bike does speed wobble once I go. Not every bike. I've seen FZ09 videos. I've seen FZ09 videos where people would top it out and they don't even have nothing. They don't have a steering stabilizer. They don't have nothing. They're just going all the way to full RPMs till, you know, red line, reaching their top speed, and I'm over here going 110, 115, and I started to get a speed wobble. I'm not sure if it's like my tires that aren't balanced right, too much air, and I don't gun it, so there's no way my wheel is going up in the air, you know, and speed wobbling. Because some people say, oh, you know, you're going too fast, you know, your front tire is, you know, going up. No, like sometimes I'll be like going, like cruising, and then I don't know where, like speed wobble like this much. It looks like a little bit, but it feels scary as soon as you feel that. I'm gonna just go for a quick ride. It's not too cold. What I like about this bike, it tells you the temperature, so it's 61. Pretty sure you guys can see that. Let me see, let me go to the miles. I bought this bike with low miles, super cheap. Let me see, it has 7,195. I bought it with, I believe, 5,000 miles. So it's a 2016 FZ09. Bought it with 5,000 miles. Like around 4,000 or 5,000 miles. For $5,000 even. Like, bro, that was a steal. So let me put this down so I could turn it on. I mean, I could have did it sitting down, but I just want y'all to hear it from this perspective. So I'm gonna do a few revs and then go, because I don't want to. I'm at a golf course area, so I know how golfers get when, you know, there's a lot of noise and stuff. So I'm gonna just do a few revs and put the visor up. Oh, that's it. Just a sneak peek, because you know, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm respectful. Well, let's go. Hopefully there's not a lot of wind noise, because this setup that I have right now is just for now. I don't even have the furry stuff, like what's it called, like the silencer for the wind of, you know, the mic. I didn't have time to put it on there and wrap it with the fuzzy stuff. So it's just like a pure mic. So I'm pretty sure there will be wind noise, but I hope not. That'll be better. What I love about this bike, so I'm gonna go with the pros and cons. The pros, it's super comfortable. It's comfortable, like, you know, on the so I know there's some people that hate comparisons with other bikes, but I've only had this bike and the R6, so, you know, I don't have a huge expansion on, you know, other bikes. I'm gonna just go with this bike and the R6. Our R6 is, of course, more leaned over, more aggressive. It is torquey, but, you know, different bikes have, you know, different specs and all that. Let me just wait right here because there was a car coming, a few cars coming. Okay, so the pros with this bike is, of course, the position of the seat, or I guess the upright position is what I meant to say. It's really comfortable. After a while, like, well, for me, my back starts to get like tensed, but I'm not sure if it's because of the weather. There's times where I'm riding like in cold weather, and my bike my back starts to like tense up, because you're trying to like hold the coldness of your bike. I mean, oh my god, your back starts to like tense up. I mean, that's the only really time my back starts to hurt. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty sure once I get a better seat, you know, I guess your butt positions like, you know, a little bit better, and, you know, it's comfortable, and, you know, you're like just cruising. This seat is comfortable, but after a while it hurts. Like, you can't really, you're like constantly like standing up and adjusting and, like, you know, moving and scooting forward and, you know, backwards. So, you know, you're constantly having to get comfortable. So I guess that's the con, the seat. Another pro would be, I guess, for where the pegs are, right here. With the R6, they were like way back, so I would have to have my foot like all the way, you know, bent. And on this one, since it's upright, it's like a little bit more forward. So my knees, ouch, my knees don't hurt as much, if that makes sense. Like, you know, they're not all the way bent, they're like a little bit more forward. And with the R6, man, my knees were killing me from having, you know, my knees all, you know, bent for several hours of riding. So I guess, you know, the good thing would be, you know, having the rear sets a little bit more forward. I guess another pro, this bike is super torquey. I'm not sure if that's an actual, you know, word, but this bike has a lot of torque. I'll do a demonstration here in a bit when I get to this road that I'm trying to get to. But man, from first gear to like third or fourth, it just rips. Like, it just, man, it's crazy. And I'm not a professional at twisties. I'm doing it more and more, but there's times where I'm just like, oh man. And it's like really windy, so it's like throwing me off here and there. And it's cold. Alright, no more excuses. You're like, oh my god, another excuse. But yeah, this bike is really responsive with the throttle. Like, I wouldn't recommend this bike for a beginner bike. I would recommend the FZ07 for a beginner bike, but FZ09, no. Maybe if you use B mode constant, you know, as you go along your ways, but other than that, I would not recommend the what's it called, the FZ09 as a first bike. Nope, not at all. I wouldn't even let somebody that wants to learn how to you know, learn on this bike at all. I love going through these. Like, it's a small road. Oh, it's a bit muddy here. It's a small road, but it's like really fun. And I know there's gonna be wind noise because I could already hear it in my helmet. So Sorry about that. Okay, back to the, I guess, pros. So I said, what did I say? The rear set, or the where the pegs, where you put your foot at, that's a pro. The upright position, that's a pro. And the torque, it's a pro if you know how to control it, you know. So let me drop down a few gears. And that wasn't 100% throttle. That was like average. I just know this bad right, or this road right here or back there, it's like really bumpy, and of course my bike wobbles, so I don't want to go fast and then hit a bump and then just, you know, have my handlebar shaking on the first video. Like I know my limits. And it is a bit cold, so I have runny nose again. I like how this bike turns on, so I guess that's another pro. So it's like right there, and then you just slide it, and then you just push it. So let me put it, okay, another pro would be the modes. So there's mode, which is standard, that's what I usually leave it on. There's A mode, which is like full beast mode, I guess. And then B mode, which is I guess more slowed down, more the throttle isn't too responsive. Standard is just like normal, like, you know, basically how I guess the bike is. So I'm gonna do A mode because it gives it more fuel onto the bike. I'm not sure if I'll get some what's it called, some backfire. I'm pretty sure I will, but since it's still sunny out, I doubt it'll shoot flames. But here's the exhaust. I'm gonna put it with the visor down and then up, and then with the mic disconnected. So damn, those pops are loud. Alright, so this is with the visor up. Alright, so let me take off my gloves so I could disconnect the mic. Where's the mic at? I think it's on this side. Yep. With the mic out. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's the exhaust for this bike, an 07 exhaust on a 2016 bike. Let me put this mic back in. Get back to the video. Alright, there it is. So yeah, there's the exhaust for this bike. Man, I'm like so in love with the exhaust. Like, man, it just sounds beautiful when I go under tunnels and bridges. And man, it sounds beautiful. So look at this. Damn, I hate that it's windy. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys didn't hear the exhaust. Hopefully y'all did, but I doubt it, because I don't have that fuzzy stuff on the mic, and then there's a lot of wind noise. This bike backfires a lot when I downshift like that. When I rev match, it's just beautiful. What I don't like about A mode, so that's I guess a con about this bike, A mode is like super touchy. Like not like a little bit like the R6, or you know, when you gun it and then towards like the higher RPMs it goes. This bike, especially in the lower RPMs, it's super touchy. Like, you have to be super at ease with the with the throttle. So hopefully the video doesn't cut off, because it's already nighttime. So so I kind of want to go to this school that's like that I always go to do like quick videos and sound tests, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I usually go to that school. Damn, the light turned red. To do like a quick rev. That's why I recorded the shot for where my bike was shooting flames. I'm gonna have to go like to the very far end. Damn, they closed that off too. Oh my god. I'm gonna just do a few revs here. Let me put in A mode. Alright, let's go. Woo! Damn! I know y'all saw that. That was crazy. Alright, time to go. I got like a whole bunch of kids over there.